you believe it's Halloween? I'm not celebrating at all this year. I am not feeling it. I am simply going to have a normal day, running a couple of errands and sitting down watching. There's one thing I always do on Halloween that I will do again this year, and that is watch Rose Red. It is based on a book by Stephen King? Probably. And it's 4 hours long. Now, before that, I have a couple of things I want to do. First, I'm gonna head out to a thrift shop or two, depends on the selection, and grab myself some serving bowls and it has a name, ildfast form in Norwegian. One of those things that you make your dinner in and you just put it in the oven and it does itself. I'm just gonna pop it on the screen. I probably already know the word, but not functioning in here. And when I'm done with that, I'm gonna go home, finish a lot of tidying up and cast on for a cowl in my handspun yarn, because tonight I am going to Husfriden in Steinkjer on my first ever knitting cafe. Yeah, so they've announced on their Instagram that they will have it today at 6 o'clock at night, and why not? I need to make more friends, especially friends with the same interests, so you gotta start somewhere. So I'm gonna bring my knitting outside today. I'm not going to bring my camera. I'm not that kind of person that goes up into a person's face, shake their hand, introduce myself and say, oh, and by the way, I'm a YouTuber, do you mind if I push a camera up your face? So that's not gonna happen. But I am planning to have a lovely time regardless, and 2 minutes of rambling and I'm still here. I'm not heading out. Let's go thrift shopping. I'm not sure what the first thrift store really have, because it's not really a lot. It feels more like a meeting place than an actual thrift store, so we shall see what we find in the next one. It's like I didn't done this before. People are watching. Before, back in the day, I actually used to work in thrift stores. I and there were so many of these then. I'm starting to think that people are good at not throwing out what they have just to get something new in replacement. Because, I don't know, I couldn't find any. Now I have to go and buy them new. Didn't see that coming. I bought this yesterday because it was 50% off. I didn't try it on. Not sure what I think. I have been spending a lot of time making a magic knot yarn ball with my scraps. I'm making a tutorial for this finally, for all of those of you who have been asking for that. That's coming, together with a video that I made in December last year. It's been in the making. Can't believe it's taking me this long to make this short tutorial. I am doing advent calendars this year. I have two options, simply because I couldn't make up my mind. So option one will be patterns that you get at random from my already published patterns. Now, just a disclaimer, the sock club that is available right now for pre-purchase, together with this advent calendar, the sock club, Christmas sock club, is not included in this advent calendar. Now, if you are one of those who went crazy in the Vlogtober, end of Vlogtober sale, thank you, this might not be for you. However, the advent calendar is basically, you get a pattern every day from December 1st to December 24th. And the reason I don't extend that to the 25th is because we celebrate on the 24th. So you're getting a Scandinavian digit advent calendar with my patterns. So if you don't know, I am a knitwear designer and I have 60 designs on Ravelry, and it is from these 60 designs that you will get your advent calendar. They will be listed at these prices, but it's so fun to finally, because I was playing around with this idea last year, but I just didn't feel it. And so this year I wanted to give it out as an option, and it's one of two options. So you will get a pattern every day, like I said. On Sundays and the 24th, you get a collection. So there's a lot of patterns for a very, very great value. So if you have purchased some of my patterns before, you may or may not want to jump in on this. However, if you haven't, or have a friend you think this would be great for, maybe give them a tip about that this is happening. There aren't many pattern advent calendars out there as of yet. There's yarn, and there's stitch markers, and there's gadgets and thingamabobs and bags and all that, but I haven't seen too many with patterns, and so I think that's quite interesting. And it's a test run. If it goes well, maybe I will consider doing something similar next year. And I'm saying something similar because, yeah, you never know. And then option number two for the advent calendar will be from the 1st until the 24th of December. You will get the same patterns, but you will get them to a discount. So we'll just list them to be on sale that specific day. Now, do note that Oslo time is happening here. So if you're in a different time zone, you might want to start figuring out what Oslo time is to your time. So I am on Oslo winter time now. Two different types of advent calendars, just to see which one you really prefer. Drop me a comment down below too. I would love to hear from you about this. And of course I am already by today, when this video goes live, publishing and making available for you the pre-sale of the Christmas sock club that are sponsored by the lovely Sophie of Pixie Yarns with her beautiful stunning yarns. And the main advent calendar. So to make sure to read up on all of that, the links will be down below. And I realized that that was minutes of complete commercializing, but I'm not gonna sweep under the carpet that I am a knitwear designer and not talk about it on my channel, because it's one of the ways I can promote myself as a small designer in this massive world that is a little difficult getting into. Caked up some more hand spun because we are still doing a hand spun along, so either spin or make something with your hand spun, Jade and I, and this will be one project. I don't know what this fiber was, I just know how many grams and meters each cake is. I have my progress keeper with a spinning wheel ready. And this was fiber from Shunkley's. It's 50 grams at 180 meters. So that will be a cowl. And then this will be a project. This was the first time I spun from an art bat from Spin City in UK. And I can't for the life of me remember the fiber content in here, but it was a good mix of everything. I'm just hoping, it feels a little rough, but it's not wool, I think. I think it's because of the rough plant fibers that you see poking out here and there. So I'm thinking that's going to be fine. And then there's this super fine merino. And I think that these together will be another beautiful cowl. I finally cast on the mittens I was planning to knit last year. So this is my pattern. This is my Scandinavia pattern. And I'm knitting them in gray and red just because for me that is just perfect Christmas colors. Now this is not the cuff that is included in the pattern, but if you have a pattern with this kind of cuff, you can easily use that and just increase up to the stitch count that I provide you in the pattern. So I'm using Holst yarns in the Noble base because, well, I have a lot of Noble. The gray is called something I'm not even going to try to pronounce. I have no idea. And the red is called Berry. There we go. And they are just perfect together. And of course, I'm already using the bag that Ali of Little Drops of Wonderful gifted me in our Advent Swap perfect combo. My goodness, I look like a mess, and it's probably because I am. Also, the lighting in here isn't very good right now because it is pitch black and dark outside. I have lit all the candles and I have put all the candy I bought in bags or in cans. Skulls. Sour toads. And a lot of licorice. I'm a licorice kind of gal. I don't really eat candy, so it's the first, except for a couple of chocolates out in October, this is the first candy that I'm actually eating. I've also got some potato chips. Oh my goodness, what a night. I've had a blast at Husfriden. Didn't end up the way I thought it would. I am still a little shaky. They had so many people in there. I came there thinking, okay, so maybe it's like 15 to 20 people around a table just sitting and knitting and having a great old time. How wrong I was. I came in and I could hardly see the store for people, and I was there at 6 and I thought I was there in decent time. So it turns out I was actually a little late, but I found a chair. I sat down and I knit and I chatted a little bit to the people on the side. I have a very difficult time getting to start a conversation with people who are new, so I didn't expect to get to know anyone very well tonight. But when I left, people knew who I was because, my god, I am so embarrassed. I am not made for speaking in public at all. I'm blushing just thinking about it. Oh my goodness. But one of the people who works there came by. They did that. They showcased the things, the yarns, and all the sweaters. Oh my god, all the sweaters. I may be going back to buy a couple of booklets, just saying. And all the yarn, and they just went around talking about it and let us who sat there touch it. In my case, I didn't touch a whole lot of it because, you know, the wool allergy. But I did take both asthmatics medication and medications for itching before I left because of the allergy and all the wool that I knew that I was going to be exposed to. I started feeling a little itchy. I still do, but... And so one of the people who came by, she just, she looked at the yarn that I was using and said, "What's this kind of yarn?" Because I told her that I had gotten allergic to wool, and just, you know, in one of those conversations where that actually was a fitting thing to say. And she's like, "What do you do?" And I say, "I spin very much yarn on my hands, but on my drop spindle with merinos and silks." And she got quiet for just a fraction of a second, and she said, "What?" And she took my yarn, she took my knitting, and she just said, come, we have to tell everybody. We have to make you teach us how to spin." And I was like, this is not happening, this is not happening. But she assured me that I wasn't going to speak, she was going to speak, so it was fine. And so this woman left with my knitting and my handspun yarn, so I just followed her and ended up behind the counter making myself a cup of tea. While thinking, this is something she's got. I am just gonna stand here and say hello politely and very embarrassed, because that's what I do when I get put out in front of a lot of people. A lot is more than 5. But there was a lot more than 5 people there. I am so embarrassed right now. It is awful. But she talked about how she had discovered me in this mist of people and how I just spin yarn on this hand spinning gadget and the wool allergy. And it ended up with her turning to me and say, "Well, you can tell the rest." And I was like, right. Luckily for me, people know how to ask questions. So basically I just told them that I spin to basically cope with my wool allergy, that I've spun for a couple of years, how I buy my fiber, how I come across the fiber. And a lot of people had very many questions, naturally, because a wool allergy isn't normal. And apparently not a lot of people in this area spin on hand, I only have a Norwegian word now, on drop spindles. Håndtegn is the English word. Håndtegn is the Norwegian word. And so I was done with that, and then I had to go around talking to all the people who didn't catch all the things that I said, and a lot of people said to me that I was great at standing there talking. I didn't feel it. I still don't feel it. I just want to end by saying thank you, because there has been a ton of comments throughout Vlogtober. There has been so many thumbs ups and shares, and it's been amazing. I haven't been able to continue a conversation with everyone, and for that I'm sorry, but I talk to a lot of people when I do these vlogs, and I just have to sort out and to get back to as many as possible, I have to spend time answering the individuals. So I know that a couple have felt that I just ended the conversation short, and for that I'm sorry, but I have a very limited off energy, and when doing daily vlogs, that's just how it is. But I am very active on Instagram, so if you want to continue a conversation, that really is the place to be. And yeah, I think that we are just going to conclude that all of you who watch are pretty darn amazing people. And I am so grateful and honored that you choose to spend your time here on the channel when there are so many awesome channels out there. Yeah, you guys are great. And we will see each other again in just a few days in a new vlog, so this isn't goodbye, even though it feels like it when you wrap up a whole month of daily vlogging. It's weird, but yeah, it's been great. This was Vlogtober year 3, and the previous 2 years is linked below every single Vlogtober video that I've posted this year. So in case you need a Nordic Stitches Vlogtober fix, that is possible. Oh my goodness. So I guess just thank you for watching. Again, hit the thumbs up button, hit subscribe and the bell notification so that we can see each other and talk to each other again. Again, leave comments down below. I will get back to you. About comments, I hear YouTubers say this a lot, that they keep seeing these comments that has come back to comments they've left to comments, but they don't see it until they go to the physical video. That is just how the algorithm works for YouTube. Not algorithm, that's just how the system works for YouTube. So if I don't reply back to you, let's say that you drop a comment down below and I reply to you and you reply back, I'm not going to see it unless I physically go back to check that video. And let's face it, when you have a couple hundred videos, it's just not going to be possible. So it's like I say, Instagram is the place to follow me if you want more content and more conversation. That's just because that's easier that way, because there you get the notifications. Okay, so I guess I'm just going to end this by saying I hope that you had a marvelous Halloween, regardless if you celebrate or not. I know that many people celebrate All Hallows Eve, and yeah, thank you so much for watching. Whoever you are, wherever you are, be kind, be good, spread love and acceptance, and embrace diversity. And I will see you back here for the next vlog or tutorial. Vlogtober is over!